Man v Fat Swansea, how are you? First roundup for season 5. Here's your coach Howell. It's the first time for me to do this. I won't lie, I'm very nervous, but we're going to give it a go and we're going to go from there. I promise it's only going to get better as we go along. So, tonight, an amazing night. Not weather-wise, but an amazing night nevertheless. We had 89 of you attend, which is an absolutely fantastic point just there. 89 of you knowing that you've just had Christmas on your back, coming in to weigh in, to play football, and to be just there, ready to start your journeys. Couldn't go wrong with that. And go with the attendance then, guys. The best attendance, bonus goals then go to the purple and oranges. Now, as you all know, some teams have 12, other teams have 11 players. That's down to the choices of the teams themselves. Some teams felt like they need that little extra help. Other teams then felt, you know what, we're happy with our guys. We're going to stick as we are right now, and we're going to see if we do need later on in the season. So, in that in mind, any team that hits 11 in their attendance will be awarded. That is the threshold that I look at. But of course, if there is a standout team that has the highest attendance, I will give them double points. Okay, so there'll be 2 bonus goals for that attendance then. Okay. Um, Again, same point with the tracking. Tracking is so important, unbelievably important, guys. Every person who's had a successful journey will tell you that tracking is that number one thing that they wish they did from the start. Not only does it enlighten you exactly how much each snack you take, or does it enlighten you and the amount of calories that are in certain things that you thought were pretty light, as well. Not only that, but it also gives you that accountability that you know, right, okay, should I have that extra thing considering what I've eaten today? It also allows you to reflect and it makes you see, right, okay, this is what I did on those good weeks. This is what my maybe on those bad weeks that I have, or maybe not so good weeks. This is what I need to do. It also allows you to know your body. It lets you see, right, okay, if I have these kind of foods, I don't have such a successful week. Or if I have these kind of foods, actually, not only am I feeling better, but it also helps me lose a little bit more weight than I would be. It's important, guys. It's so important. Keep tracking, keep identifying those things that make you tick because we are all different and we all work in different ways. Team loss. The bonus goal for the team loss goes to the Pink Panthers. 2.8 kilo loss. Can't go wrong with that, guys, especially after Christmas as well. What a collection. Absolutely amazing, guys. Patting your back for that. It's definitely worth it. Pitch goals. We had 50 pitch goals tonight. Grim weather, amazing football. I don't need to say any more than that, to be honest with you. And the scales goals almost doubled our pitch goals, so that reflects to you now, and that should resonate with you exactly how important our weight loss journeys are in this league. That is where it's going to be decided, and you can see that with how the goals and how the pitch has transpired tonight. Our season 5 percentage leader so far, Andrew Honey Jones. He's come in tonight, he's smashed it. I'll say more about that later on, I promise. So, this is how it turned out tonight. Now, I'll address the elephant in the room straight away. The 79.4 gain that we've had, it's just been Christmas. It's just been that point where everybody's coming in knowing that it's going to be somewhat of a gain happening, and they're going to start their journey irrespective of what the scales say. They're going to start it tonight, they're going to face up to that, and they're going to do it. Hats off to you guys, absolutely brilliant. And really the only way that's going to go now is up, and I can see next week that's going to be absolutely demolished. As you can see with the weekly team loss, it doesn't reflect what our weekly club loss is, but in all honesty with you, I'm not in the business right now to identify that more than anything. So then any person there, they've had a -1 and we go from there. Thin it to win it, 0.7 kilo loss. Awesome. And of course then the Pink Panthers smashing it, and they had the bonus goals this week with our 2.8 kilo loss collectively. 5% Club, we've got 2 inductees to the 5% Club. That's immortalised now, guys. You can't get away from it. This is yours. So Andrew Honey-Jones and Matthew Harris, you are in the 5% Club. Absolutely fantastic achievement. And I can see that you guys are going to be on a mission to smash into the next club and possibly the next club by next season. Absolutely fantastic, guys. The only way is up. Go for it. Why not? And of course, our top 5 losers this week, going in reverse order, of course. Lewis Ablett, 2.2 kilos. Matthew Harris, 2.5, and a milestone. Hassan Ahmed, then, you've got 2.8 kilos. Jordan Aspland, you've had 3.5 kilos lost this week. And of course, Andrew Honey-Jones, 5.5 kilos, and a milestone tonight. Amazing. Absolutely spot on there. Right, we're going to go through it, and we'll go through it with you right now. So we all got a pitch and how the results are worked out on the screen with you right now. What I've also added this week, and this is going to be a feature for the season, is I'm taking note of the man of the matches. Who are the man of the matches for the pitch? And of course, then you can see who the weight class man of the match is later on. So then we've got Marco Banfastin against Pink Panthers, first game of the night. As I said, grim weather. The pitch score was 15-0. However, Pink Panthers didn't drop their heads at all. They went against the current season champions, and they didn't drop their heads. They went for it. And what you can see here more than anything, guys, is that the scales have made a massive difference, right? They need 9 goals just on the scales. Okay, so then they had the scales, they had their tracking, they had their bonus goal as well into that, and they went for it. So you can see exactly how it goes there. Marco Banfastin, of course, they had 4 goals on the scales. They have their tracking as well, which is decent, and then they got it through there with a 21-9 overall. Man of the matches, Carol, unbelievable. Unfortunately, I wasn't there to see the matches, but what I was saying, what I've been told is that your performance was outstanding, and the same as you, Hassan. You were there and you were dangerous on the pitch. You were doing well on it and you were going for it. Good on you guys. Spot on. Our second game, Scranra against FC Fazio. 8-7, very close game. Both teams borrowed. Fazio borrowed 2. Scranra borrowed 1. So then, even though it was a 4-all on the pitch, due to the fact that the cancelling out of 1, I've added 2 goals to the other then, so then it'd make that deficit fair. Scales-wise, Fazio won on the scales. You had 1 goal on the scale. You had 1 goal contributing to the scales to Scranra's 0. And then tracking-wise, you both tracked really well. And of course, our man of the matches for this game, Chris Shaw having an absolute screamer, and good old Velcro feet then coming in and doing what he does best. Amazing. Third game, FC Vinda Blues against Fatastuta FC. Plenty to say about this game. I'm not going to go too long about it, but plenty to say about it. 16-3 was the final. Pitch score was 3-5 to Fatastuta. Scales, of course, Vinda Blues had 1 point put to the scales with a 3 to Fatastuta. Tracking wise was 2-3, and the bonus goals then for attendance and tracking went to Fatastuta, and that then tipped the balance there. Tom Clayton having an absolute screamer again. Consistency is key there, and of course Carl May, and I've heard that he's already put himself in a position for goal of the season with his bicy. Amazing. Flying Dutchmen were next against 32 in it. Overall score of 17-7. Pitch was 9-3. Scales then, Flying Dutchmen smashed it on the scales with full scores of 3. 32 in it with a score of 2. Tracking, not a full score, apologies. I'm not going to re-record that. Scale score of 3-2. And then, of course, tracking. Full score of tracking. Now I'm back into it now. Full score tracking of 3 to the Flying Dutchmen with 2 to the Thinner 2 in it. Flying Dutchmen, due to their attendance and tracking, earned 2 bonus goals collectively. Lee Jenkins having an absolute stormer again. Well done, mate. Absolutely fantastic. And Darryl Cox, you were nominated as man of the match on the pitch. Brilliant, absolutely brilliant, guys. Brilliant. Sport Bierget against the Incredible Bulks. Fortunately, I had an opportunity to go and see this match, and I watched a highly competitive match. Highly competitive. Uh, it was something to watch, honestly. Pitch scores were 3-2. Scales then were tipped by one with the Incredible Bulks, thanks to Corey's BMI goal that's put in every time he stays in his BMI range, of course. Tracking was immense by two, with full goals given to both teams for their level of tracking. Super keeper David Mabe, well done, mate. I saw a couple of those saves. I am in awe of how you were saving those, mate, honestly. And of course, Reece Roberts doing a solid on the pitch. Can't go wrong with that at all. Absolutely brilliant. Right, on to the next one. We're flying through this. So we've got our team of the week, our scales team of the week here. Okay, so we've got for the oranges, we've got Regan Purdue, 2 kilo loss, chilled, calm, collected, came to the scales. I was like, so what do you think? How are you going? And he was like, well, I've either gained or I've lost. I'm not too sure, really. It's Christmas. Who knows? 2 kilo loss. Absolutely brilliant. Then, of course, we had Matt Harris. His milestone came through. Now, he knew deep down that he was having this milestone. He knew it, right? He was a man on a mission. He knew he lost, and I'm sure that he was waiting for me to identify the milestone, because he was there, and I thought to myself, yeah, he's lost a bit. Fair play. And I checked, and I went yellow on my system. Absolutely fantastic. Hit the milestone. Had his picture taken. And of course, don't forget now, you need to pick up your certificate from me when next week. Then we had Spencer Ripley from the Light Blues. I'm going to note these down because I've noted on the paper, and I know that I'm going to mix up if I don't do this now. So we had Spencer Ripley. He came in. I'm sure he knew that he lost as well, to be honest with you. The guy is a man on a mission right now. He's consistently, sustainably losing weight since he started with us over the cup, and he's had an absolutely gleaming report for his performance on the pitch as well. 1.4 kilo loss, mate. Absolutely fantastic. You can hear my pen going now, I'm sure. Dean Davis. We had, you survived Christmas. You were as close to a maintain as you possibly got to, and you were the best person respectively in your team when it comes to the weight. And then following that, you bossed it on the pitch. I watched the game. You were vocal, you were helping other people, you were telling other people where they needed to be, you were controlling the centre, you were doing what you needed to do there, mate, and absolutely fantastic. Not only was it a pleasure being a former teammate of yours on the Bellies, but you honestly have just upped your game further and further as you go along. Absolutely fantastic. Reds, of course, Dan Kerwin, 2 kilo loss there. He knew straight off. He came in, right, returning from the break, and he managed to shed 2 kilos, right? Such an achievement. He's a man on track for milestones. You can see that something is there, and he's going for it this season. Absolutely bang on there. Clayton returns to us. He's been an OG of the league since season 1. Come back. He's had an injury. He's jumped in as being our referee for season 4, and he's done an absolutely amazing job doing that. He's returned as a player, and he's come through with a maintain. Incredible, absolutely incredible, man. I am so proud of you, and as a former Scran as well, I'm even more proud of the fact that you're playing there and you're bossing up on the pitch from game 1. The amount of people are saying they could hear your voice over everybody else's, and you were bossing that back line. Amazing. Tom Martin for the Yellows, of course, so close to a maintain as well. Best out of his team, and then I managed to witness the performances on the pitch then. amazing, absolutely spot on. Again, cool, calm, collected, and knows he's on a mission for this one. Lewis Ablett, super keeper. Super keeper, as we know. He wasn't sure which way he was going to go. He's had a good Christmas. He was happy enough to be there and do that. And then I think deep down he knew that he smashed it on that scale for the 2.2 kilogram loss. What a man. Absolutely fantastic. Jordan, for the Blues, he came in calm as ever. No problem. Had a nice little chat with me. How Christmas went. Yeah, fine, fine. Got on the scales, 3.5 kilo loss. Absolutely unbelievable, especially after Christmas and everything like that. I only wish I could do the same, guys, and I'm going to follow in your footsteps and do as much as I possibly can there. And the man of the hour, the man who come in straight after Christmas. He mentions that he feels a lot. He feels a bit lighter. He feels better. Yeah, brilliant. 5.5 kilos lost over Christmas. I need to know what you're doing. Season weight loss leader, Andrew Honey Jones. Pink Panthers. Well done, mate. Absolutely fantastic. So, the Royal Rumble. We've got 116 men in our season right now. I told you all that nobody was going to be taken out this week. You've got one life, right? And that life there, as soon as you gain, you're out. This is going to be something which I can see is going to either everyone's going to be on a mission to keep this going, or it's going to fall quite quickly, and we're going to see where we're going to land, and we're going to have that nucleus of people who are going to be in it to the end. It says only one will survive, but if everyone lasts until the 14 weeks, it looks like I'm giving a lot of 7 goals out to teams. I can't wait, to be honest with you. It's going to be a very, very good season. And that's our roundup, guys. That is the way that we are running it this season. Huge thank you for everyone who's attended. Huge thank you for the performances, the weight loss, the commitment you're doing to not only yourselves but to this league as well, and identifying how much you can see this is and has changed your lives. Ben, was a massive thank you to Ben tonight who attended and who was there to support me and to see you all and to be part of it. We had the conversation. There was a group of us there towards the end, and there was one thing said which I can only resonate, and I can be one of those people who knows this has happened to me as well. Ben has successfully managed to change so many people's lives for the better using Man v Fat. Honestly, I can speak as a testament to myself, but I know that a lot of you will agree to this. The guy has changed lives for the better, and we can all be eternally grateful for what he's done. Absolutely amazing, and there's not many people who can turn around and say that they have changed 100+ men's lives for the better just by being in one place at the same time each week. It's amazing. I know that the text messages, the conversations, everything that you'll be flooding to him now is going to be something that he will keep forever. And it's not the last we've seen him. He's going to be coming down to see us, and of course, just like myself, Bridgend, there's going to be a point where possibly we'll be against you. We're going to see how it goes. We're going to see what the situation is, but it's going to be an absolute dream to be on the pitch with you guys again. And that's it, guys. And that's it. Next week, of course, the Rumble officially begins. So get on it this week. Get going. Do what you need to do. Get the tracking in, but be sustainable. It's so important, guys. Don't go and do the radical weight loss situations. As you're aware, and I'll go through this because there's been a lot of questions tonight about it. For the guys who have previously been in season 4 have gained weight this tonight now. If you won't score any own goals if you are under the weight that you are today. However, you won't score any goals for your team until you go under the weight that you were at the end of the cup at season 4. Okay, so this is important for you to know now. Okay, so then obviously do it sustainably, bit by bit by bit, but then obviously you won't score any own goals by losing weight, but then the only way you will score goals for your team then following this is by getting under that weight that you were at season 4. It's not going to be hard for many of you because realistically, it's temporary weight. This is now. It's the weight that we've gained over Christmas. It'll go as quick as it was put on. So don't panic. Just go and do your thing, and I'm sure that we'll all get through this in an awesome way. That's me done. Thank you for listening, guys, and I will speak to you probably throughout the week, but I will also see you then on Tuesday. Ta now.